You're watching Equine VIP because if it's about horses, we cover it. I'm Susan Ashbrook, and this episode is being brought to you by Carrots Riding Apparel. We're going to be speaking to novelist Jane Smiley, one of my favorites, and her trainer, Eckstein. We've got a lot to go over today. I'm really excited to meet them. Let's go meet them now. Now, Jane, you have quite a history of writing books that include horses,
yes,
about horses, and I'd love to hear how your fascination with horses, your passion, started.
I really, truly have no idea, but it was, entrenched in my earliest consciousness. I wanted a pony, I wanted a horse, I wanted Flick, I wanted Fury, I wanted whatever was on offer. I wanted a unicorn,
How much research goes into each book that you write?
Well, a lot went into Horse Heaven because it was about horse racing, and I had gotten a horse, Mr. T, and he had a tattoo under his lip, but I didn't know what it meant. And this was in the mid-90s. And so I sent off to the jockey club with his tattoo, and it came back with 9 pages of his racing history. And the reason there was an asterisk on the tattoo was that he was bred in Germany, raced in France, came to America, raced all over the East Coast, all over the West Coast, and then ended up in Chicago. And this was really, really inspiring to me. In the first place, I felt like he'd been around more than I had.
Well-traveled.
Very well-traveled, and if he'd been to, the French racetracks, he was obviously very sophisticated. I wanted to learn to ride him, but I also, that was where Ellen came in.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to learn about the life he had led, and so that led to writing Horse Heaven. And he is in Horse Heaven as Mr. T, the horse who communicates through the animal communicator. And who at one point says, "I'm not a prophet, I'm just a horse."
Oh, I know. I love that book, and I hope that our viewers will get it and read it. You'll love it too. And speaking of books, let's jump into Ellen's book. Ellen has a book out now called Bringing It Together. The book's title really says what the book is about, wouldn't you say?
It does, yeah. I'm a dressage rider, and that's what I've done almost my whole life. I was introduced to a man named Tom Dorrance. Because a horse that I was riding and trying to start, a big, huge mare, had bucked me off, and a mutual friend of ours had been saying to me, "You're going to get killed, really. You really need to get Tom." So Tom came to help.
Tom is so respected. I mean, maybe you'll take a minute and just tell us a little about him and.
Yeah, he is the man behind Ray Hunt. Most all of the top horsemen coming from the horsemanship vein.
So he became a mentor to you.
And yes, and thanks to my friend Jeanette Hogan. And then not only did he help me with this horse that had bucked me off, but then he got on my dressage horse, which I first rode for him. It was second level, which was, in the 70s, that was great, early 70s. And I was kind of showing off, I thought. And then, so then Tom asked if he could take the horse and work with him. And it was humiliating in a way, it was really embarrassing, because Tom, just that horse got so light. I was like trot in, halt and trot off, and Tom had that horse trot in, halt, trot off, or back up, or whatever you wanted to do, cantering off. I had a lot of trouble with flying changes. I was working with the top dressage people in those days. Tom got on, flying changes, flying changes, flying changes.
The thing about Tom was that he observed horses and how they moved and acted, and from that he inferred how they thought. And then he used their own body language in order to solicit their cooperation and to play with them. In my new book, The Georges and the Jewels, which is a girl's horse book, he is a figure in there because the book takes place in the mid-1960s, and I wanted the kids who are reading the book to be aware that that's what happened in the mid-1960s and into the 70s. Things changed in the horse world.
Yes. How did you two connect?
Well, I can't remember who recommended me to call you, but you were giving lessons in Carmel Valley, and I had Mr. T.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget one time Ellen walked in from the parking lot or from the driveway, and I was trotting Mr. T around, and he turned his head and he greeted her. And during that lesson, she wanted, I can't even remember how this came up, but she gave me, this is the great thing about Ellen, because she could communicate how something was supposed to feel. So we were canting around, and she communicated that it was supposed to feel as though my elbows were connected to his hocks by elastic bands. So I got that feeling, and I got that feeling. We cantered her around. And then just on the spur of the moment, I asked for a canter pirouette, which I had never done in my life, and I don't think he'd ever done in his life. Around. I went, wow.
Catching up with two busy ladies wasn't easy.
I know this has been not easy.
But so you give clinics.
Yeah, yeah.
And your book we can find in. You mentioned you have a website.
We have a website. It's bringing it together dressage.com. And I understand it's for sale on Barnes and Noble.
Super. And in Jane's books, Amazon.com, Barnes and
They're
Noble.
Random House, so wherever there is Random House, there are these books.
So Jane, how did carrots work for you today?
Oh, I thought they were great. The cut is really nice. And the great thing about the gloves is you can actually tie your shoes with them on. So everything is great. Thank you very much.
I mean, these pants are so warm, fleece inside, and I really like this style they're making with the little jodher leg, and this jacket is wonderful. I think it's very stylish.
Very stylish.
And the turtleneck's very pretty.
Good.
And the gloves are great too, so I really, really appreciate them. I like them a lot. I really do love carrots. Thanks. I have a lot of them.